Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be 10 first period tips and period life hacks that you need to know if you have a period, if you have a uterus that sheds lining. Before we get into this video, please like this video and comment down below if you are here because you just had your first period. If so, congratulations. Well, not really, because now you're gonna have to deal with blood coming out of you for like a week every single month for 50 years. But in all seriousness, congratulations. I really hope I'm going to be able to help you out. And yeah, let's get to sharing some first period tips and life hacks. So my first tip for you guys is to buy everything and anything to help you out with the cramps that you're going to be feeling and also the back pain that you're going to be feeling. I have my computer right here to read some of the notes for like the tips that I'm going to be giving you guys. So here's some of the stuff that you should consider buying to help with the period pain that you're going to be getting. You should be buying heating pads, a hot water bottle, some hot tea, lots of chocolate. We'll discuss why this helps later. And also pillows and blankets. Buy like really heavy ones like a weighted blanket because pressure, I've discovered, really helps with cramps and with just pain in general. And also make sure that you have some pain reliever on hand like Tylenol and Advil because some natural remedies might not be enough to do the job. For me, I always have to end up taking some sort of pain reliever when I'm on my period because my cramps and my back pain just get so bad. My second tip for you guys is to buy a ton of black underwear, black pants, and black bed sheets. You would think to wear red, like I thought to wear red because it matches the blood. So if you leak, which will inevitably happen, it won't be as obvious, but I've actually discovered that black is better because if you think about it, like could you see water more on red cloth or on black cloth? You could see it more on red cloth, right? So like even though it's the same color as blood, it actually just shows up less on black cloth than like the red cloth that like matches the color of the blood. Just make sure to get a ton of black underwear because you're going to leak, black pants because you're going to leak, and black bed sheets because honestly, if you're sleeping in a bed for like several hours and not changing your pad, of course you should be wearing overnight pads during that time, but you should also prepare for yourself to leak because it's going to happen eventually. You're going to eventually wake up in a pool of blood. Blood will just show up less on black, so buy black. That is my tip.
Buy black.
My third tip, which I wish I knew when I was starting my period, is do not take your pad off and do not take your tampon out. Basically, do not remove any feminine hygiene products when you think your period is over because I can assure you that it is going to come back full force the second you rip off that pad or the second you yank out that tampon. You usually just start bleeding again like right away even though you think that your period stopped. This has happened to me so many times and I have ruined so many pairs of underwear because of it. It's basically your uterus's dirty trick. Like it won't give you blood for a day, so it'll be like,
okay, now she's gonna take her pad off and we can ruin her new, fresh, clean, white underwear.
Because the second you take off your feminine hygiene product, the blood is going to come back full force. That is why it's smart to gradually switch to panty liners when your flow starts to decrease. And then when there's really been about like nothing for around 2-ish days, then you can take off the panty liners and start living life without a period again. But just make sure that your period is truly over before you take off your feminine hygiene products for good. This is a tip that I feel like no one ever tells you, and my mom is actually the one who gave me this tip, and that is to eat a lot of foods with iron in them when you're on your period. And this is literally backed by science. Medline Plus says that the human body needs iron to make the oxygen carrying proteins hemoglobin and myoglobin, and hemoglobin is found in red blood cells. And so since you lose so much blood and other like uterine fluids when you're on your period, it's really important, according to the Mayo Clinic, to eat foods with iron in them. And just simply because you have periods, you're at a risk for becoming anemic or iron deficient. So because anyone who has a uterus out there, because they lose blood during menstruation, women in general are at greater risk of iron deficiency anemia. So basically just the simple fact that you have a period makes you at higher risk of being anemic. It's not fun. I literally thought I had anemia after having a really heavy period. I looked it up. Basically you just feel cold, weak, tired, exhausted like all the time because you don't have enough blood. So it's really important to, if you want to avoid becoming anemic, eat foods with a lot of iron in them. Honestly, not just even when you're on your period, all the time. Eat a lot of foods that are rich in iron. And these foods can include red meat, pork and poultry, seafood, beans, dark green leafy vegetables like spinach or kale, dried fruit like raisins and apricots, iron fortified cereals, breads and pastas. Just like when you go to the store, ask someone if it's iron fortified or like look for it on the label. And also surprisingly, peas have iron in them. Like whenever I'm on my period, we always get burgers because it has red meat, and we usually ask for some spinach on it to replace all the blood being lost from my uterus. Like, okay, I live with my aunt, my mom, and myself obviously I live with myself. I live with my mom and my aunt, and we all get periods. So like whenever we're on our periods, we'll get burgers to like increase our iron and blood supply. It's just really, really important if you have a uterus out there to eat foods with a lot of iron in them, especially when you are on your period. My fifth tip, sort of relating to my last tip, is to drink a ton of water when you are on your period. This is another tip that my mom has passed down to me, and now I am passing it along to you guys. And it's because losing a lot of blood is highly likely to dehydrate you and make you feel like sick and everything. So make sure to stay more hydrated than usual. Trust me, I can relate to not wanting to drink water. I literally drink like 3 sips of water every day, which is so bad for me. I like have to remind myself to drink water, and then I always end up feeling sick because I don't drink enough water. Like I don't force myself to drink water. Water also helps your cramps, I've noticed. I don't know if it's like scientifically proven or anything, but I've found myself that drinking water really helps with any like period pains that I'm having, especially cramps and lower back pain, which I always get when I'm on my period. It's actually been proven that when your estrogen and progesterone levels drop, like even before you get your period, your body starts to retain more water, meaning that it holds on to water before you get your period and like when you're on your period. And this makes you bloat a ton, which is why you bloat during PMS and also why you bloat during your period. And so if you drink at least 9 to 10 glasses of water a day during your period, then it helps to unbloat you because it kind of pushes the waste out of your body. So please make sure to drink a lot of water when you're on your period. It is so, so, so important to staying hydrated when you're on your period. My sixth tip, which is honestly probably going to be really surprising to some of you guys out there, but it is to eat
Chocolate.
Eat a ton of chocolate. And this is not just because it tastes like so good. According to Healthline, a tasty and beneficial snack, dark chocolate is rich in iron and magnesium. A 100-gram bar of 70 to 85% dark chocolate contains 67% of the recommended daily intake RDI for iron and 50% of the RDI recommended daily intake for magnesium. A 2010 study found that magnesium reduced the severity of PMS and period symptoms, and according to a 2015 study, people with magnesium deficiencies were more likely to have severe PMS symptoms. So literally, if someone's trying to tell you to not eat chocolate because it's unhealthy to do that, like when you're on your period, literally show them this video, literally show them the article. I'm going to link all these articles that I'm getting like these tips from and like all this information from down below. So if anyone tries to tell you that eating chocolate when you're on your period isn't healthy or it isn't good for you, show them the articles. It's literally scientifically proven that eating chocolate will reduce your PMS and period symptoms. So go eat that Hershey's bar, girl. Go eat that chocolate, especially if it's dark chocolate. I'm so in love with dark chocolate. Literally, when I'm on my period, I beg my mom for chocolate and she's like,
but didn't you just have a piece?
and I'm like,
Science literally says I should be eating more chocolate when I'm on my period. Give me the chocolate bar.
My seventh tip is, honestly, you might hate me for this, but stretch. Get out of bed, get off the couch, and stretch. You don't have to exercise, trust me. I will never, ever, ever do any kind of intense exercise when I'm on my period, but stretching is a lot different than exercise. It's kind of like yoga. It really helps to relax you. Stretching helps to relieve cramps and the back pain that you can get on your period, and it'll just make you feel better and more energized in general when you're on your period. It really helps to relieve the cramps. Like if your uterus is literally
punching you,
like in the uterus, stretching up and just kind of bending over, it's really going to help to ease your period pains, to ease your cramps, to ease your back pain. So yeah, just get out of bed, get off the couch, and stretch. Make sure to stretch a lot when you are on your period just to make yourself feel better in general. My eighth tip, and this is something that I actually have done, and it has helped me so tremendously much, and that is to track your periods. Use Clue, use Flow, any kind of period tracking app, or even just a physical calendar. Even if you aren't regular in your periods like I was in the beginning, I was so irregular in the beginning, and I'm starting to get more regular now, so it's helping me more to track my periods. But it is so important to track not only just when you get your period, but when you're feeling cramps, when you think you're ovulating, when you think you're PMSing, and more. Most apps like Clue is so amazing. It will help you chart how you're feeling each day, and it'll help to pinpoint when you're ovulating. It'll help to pinpoint when you're gonna start feeling PMS, just so you're like expected for these things and you're not like thrown into the abyss and like not knowing what's going on with your body. Just try tracking how your body feels on an app or a physical calendar. It's just gonna help you so much. I just want to give you a little tour of like my physical calendar. I bought this solely for tracking my periods. So as you can see, I was writing down like the days of my cycle that I thought I was on, and then I thought I was ovulating on this day, and it turned out that I was ovulating on that day, which is so cool because I was feeling like this kind of ovulation pain that I get. And then I thought I started PMS on this day because I started feeling more irritable and kind of more dehydrated, crampy, emotional, moody, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, just write down all the days of your cycle, and I always put like a little dot with a P when I get my period. And I also want to track how long my periods last, so also I always write down EP for end of period. On the day I'm filming this, it is Sunday, June 13th, and I'm on day 27 of my cycle, so I'm getting my period like tomorrow. Pray for me, guys. I'm I'm getting it in this next week coming up, and I also have tennis camp starting tomorrow, so that should be so much fun to be playing tennis while there's blood pouring out of my body. Track like everything to do with your reproductive cycle, because eventually those trackings are going to help you so much for like knowing what's going to happen during your cycle in the future. I promise you, tracking your periods is so useful, so helpful. Please do it. Even if you haven't just started having periods, start doing it now if you haven't been tracking your periods this whole time. It's so helpful. I promise you, tracking your periods is going to help you so much. My 9th period tip is to take a lot of showers. I literally shower every single day when I'm on my period. It just makes me feel so much better and fresher and cleaner. Let's be honest, this is like really TMI to spill this, but I'm gonna be brave and do it for all of us. We all think we smell like dried pennies when we're on our periods, and showering just makes me feel so much better. Not even washing my hair, but just like rinsing in the shower. Usually when I'm not on my period, I shower like every other day because it's not healthy to like always strip your body of its natural oils. But when you are on your period, it just makes you feel so much better to take showers, take a ton of showers like every single day when you're on your period, even twice a day when you're on your period. The hot water also helps to soothe cramps and back pain. Heat just really helps with pain in general. And most periods stop in the shower too, weirdly enough. Even mine stops in the shower, and I have like the heaviest flow possible, so that's saying a lot. So like basically just when you get in the shower when you're on your period, it's instantly gonna stop the blood, stop the cramps, stop the back pain, and also get rid of like the insecurities you have about smelling when you're on your period. It is a huge tip that I use like every single time I'm on my period. And my 10th and final tip of this video is to take care of yourself. Rest, eat good food, watch your favorite shows and movies, stretch a lot, meditate, journal, do some skincare, body care, and get a lot of sleep. Don't let anyone try to force you out of resting. You are bleeding so much out of your body and you're not dying. You literally deserve a freaking gold medal for that. It is so important to make yourself your main priority when you're on your period and when you're bleeding out of your body. What periods are, it's just so underestimated. Like you're literally gushing blood out of your body and feeling cramps, back pain, cravings, mood swings, PMS, irritability. Like there's just so many symptoms that come along with the blood. Like it's just so important to rest, so important to take care of yourself when you're on your period. Give yourself some credit for bleeding out of your body and not dying, you know what I'm saying? So it's really important to make sure that you are taking proper care of yourself when you are gushing blood out of your body. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching it. I really hope that this helped you, because honestly, even before I got my period, I was always looking up these kinds of videos, period tips, period life hacks, first period tips, first period life hacks. I've done actually a lot of other period related videos, so go check those out down below. I've done a video on my first period story where I also give some more period tips in that video. I've also done a video where I educate my little brother on what periods are like. It's really funny, so you should go check that one out too. I've also done a day in my life while I'm on my period. And a little announcement, I'm doing another version of that video when I get my period this coming week, or like just the next time I get my period if this cycle is irregular for me. So yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want more period related content. Also comment down below what other period related videos and content you would like to see from me. Before you leave, please like this video and comment down below if you made it to the end of this video. What are your period tips and life hacks? Just share in the comments down below. If you are an experienced perioder, then just comment down below any period tips and period life hacks that you have gathered through having periods. Let's just all be really supportive and empower each other down below in the comments. I love seeing female and period empowerment and period normalization in the comment sections of the period videos that I do, so keep spreading that in the comments down below. And yeah, that is it for this video. I really hoped I was able to help you in this video and give you some first period tips and period life hacks. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I love you guys. Bye!